So how's everybody doing? My name is Alan Roberts. Thank you for showing up. Not a lot of people do. That's basically because YouTube doesn't tell a lot of people, and a lot of people don't like to hear the truth. It's like a combination for me. But how's everybody in the chat? How are you doing? Matter of fact, I want to make sure that I do this every time. This way we'll play what's in the chat for the people to see. That way they can see it. I think it's cool. Honey Bison, how the fuck are you doing? We're about to talk about one of your favorites. Start to talk about Tess and a few other people. So here's how I'm going to start doing my content. I'm going to pick like one topic, but I'm going to talk about a bunch of shit. And if you don't like it, don't fucking show up. I'm going to try to help as many people get healthy in these next couple of years as possible, because we have reached a stage of absolute ridiculousness, like just insane amounts of crazy when it comes to obesity. Now, YouTube doesn't even like me talking about this. You can't even talk about binge eating and be monetized, and I do it anyway because it's not the money. You know, it's about helping people. I am, as of today, hang on, let me look it up. I am, as of this day, 1,714 days no binge. 14 or 16, I gotta check it. I can't pull it up right now because I got you guys up. But to me, that's a huge accomplishment. Really, what it is me just controlling my binging disorder, which is like alcoholism. I count the days, you know, like, and it's a very dangerous thing. We view overeating in our society as if it's not a big deal. We view fatness as if it's not a big deal. And here's how I'm going to show you something that will make you understand why I think this way. First of all, if you're morbidly obese out there, understand that I am very blunt. If it hurts your feelings, you know why it does. Like if the stuff I say hurts your feelings, you absolutely know why it does deep down. It's because I'm right. Like, you know these things. You're just upset that I am not a coward and will say it out loud, because that's what happens. We have produced a society full of cowards, too afraid to say the truth to other people's faces, even when the other person knows that they're lying, and the person speaking knows that the person that they're talking to knows that they are lying to their face. It's like this happy, like fake, fictitious reality that we're living in, where people will lie directly to each other's faces just to sound like a good person or just to make somebody else feel better. And very frankly, it's damaging society and has been for a long time. One of my very first videos talking about fat acceptance, because I used to do comedy about fitness people. That's how this all started. I was a healthcare executive, and that's what I was doing. I was not middle management, I was upper management. And that's what I was doing for a living. And I decided I wanted a hobby, and I'd only have hobbies that make me money. That's a just very important thing. I don't have hobbies that don't in some way enrich my life. I don't have hobbies where I don't somehow get a benefit out of it, just because that's how I am. Now, the crazy thing is, I mentioned back like 7 or 8 years ago, when I was still decently fat, by the way, I had started losing weight, but I was still in the 220-ish area. I'm about 185 right now, right? And that's down from very heavy, over 300 pounds. And I just want everybody to understand that I talked about this a long time ago. I said we are going to politically correct ourselves out of existence. And that is what is happening. Because let's pull up. Let's see if I can find it here real quick. Oop, nope, I don't want that one. Not her. Although she's a prime example. Alexandra Rodriguez, all these people, like, for some reason, they think that, like, we should listen to them. And for some reason, people think that they should listen to them. It's wild. I don't get it, because why would you care what anybody who abuses themselves says? I don't understand the whole concept at this point. I don't understand what we're doing, what we're talking about. We are like actually taking advice from people that are hurting themselves on a daily basis. We are considering these people somehow influencers, meaning that they influence society, you know, like that they have influence over people. We are considering these people the people that we should be listening to. And that is just incredibly dangerous. It's so incredibly dangerous. I don't understand. But this right here, this cover is from a while ago, obviously. Let me see if I can change the dimensions of it so you guys can see it. Here we go. Got to get the wide angle on this one. I mean, that's just wild to me. Like wild. Look at that. That's a big person. That is a person that should be terrified about their health. And instead, and this is back in like 2017, 2018, that she's huge. This is circus size fat, you know. And I'm, again, to those of you that get upset by that, 100 years ago, that's circus size fat. Trust me, that's how old I am. I'm well over 100 years old at this stage. According to the internet, I'm well over 100 years old. But let's just be rational about this here. That is her in good shape, because this is her now. I can't even believe I'm about to show this, because I do not like this woman. I don't. I think she's a horrible, genuinely horrible human being. I do not like her. However, this is wild. Look at this woman. Just look at her. That is huge, like huge. Like at no point in time should anybody be that huge. Why is my photo all wrong? This looks very strange to me on my end. There we go. That's better. But this is Tess Holliday. And I'm saying this because it's not going to be me. Even if I knew this woman personally, it would not be me, because I think she's objectively a horrible person, like completely horrible. But does this woman have nobody in her life that gives a shit about her? Like at all? Does she have nobody in her life that gives any kind of shit about her? Because this woman would make the woman that I just showed you, who was circus size, go, God damn, that woman is circus size. This is like, nobody is stepping. I keep, my eyes keep drawing to it, like, how is she alive type thing. But I'm telling you, not only that, but it does get awfully worse. Like it gets, I know it sounds like it couldn't, but it gets much, much worse. Well, that's smaller, so we won't do that. We'll do this. Listen to this. Listen to this insanity.
This earth, and I feel like if you're quiet when so many injustices are happening, not
look at, first of all, the industrial sized chair. That whoever built the legs for that chair, are the legs for that chair made out of what Captain America's shield is made out of? Like, is that like, are those legs made out of Wolverine's claws after he is dead? Because how in the fuck are those tiny little legs holding that up? I mean, first of all, you know it would have to be fumigated. But secondly, I mean, I don't know, like, very serious applause to the person who designed the chair and the stage. Because if you know anything about physics, that means that a lot of weight is getting distributed in very small portions. If you widened the foot, the foot of the chair, not Tess, because her foot's probably already that wide. But if you widen each foot of the chair, it would disperse the force, the downward pressure a little more, and not maybe go through the stage. But let's listen to this insanity that this woman talks about.
just here, but Palestine, Sudan, Congo, etc. Then I literally blocked my brother yesterday.
It's funny that she blocked her brother yesterday, because her brother has reached out to me several times online, and he is how I know that she's a complete liar and stole other people's stories for her book. He's even posted online. Check it out. You can check out my history about it. He has literally said that she is a complete liar and she stole other people's stories for her book, that she was not bullied in high school, that she was, in fact, the bully. She's just a liar. I mean, we've proven her to be a liar multiple times. But this woman is standing up here talking about social justice that if you don't take a stand for Sudan, for Gaza, first of all, you don't stand for shit, bitch. Like, you aren't standing for anything. You can't physically stand because nobody in your circle loves you. And so she's talking about blocking her brother. Listen to what else she says.
Not speaking to my mom, my stepmom, my dad.
So basically, she's cutting everybody out of her life that might give a shit about her. And I'm arguing that she is claiming that is for reasons of they are not worried about Gaza enough. So if you're watching me and you agree that, like, you'll cut people out of your life for not agreeing about Gaza or Sudan or like that, buy a motherfucking plane ticket and go there. I happen to have clients from around that area of the world. I challenge you, take your privileged American ass, buy a goddamn ticket, and go to Gaza or Sudan and think you're going to stand up and do any fucking thing. First of all, she's not standing anywhere. She's come out as pansexual. Gaza, they'd throw her off of the top of a building. I mean, it would destroy another building probably in most of the city block, but that's what would happen to her because she has come out as pansexual. And that's what they do over in that area of the world. So we're in a very weird spot right now where big fat people that I normally talk about being big and fat are starting to talk about politics that I also talk about. So I'm just going to make this is the Alan Roberts half hour every single day. And I'm going to say whatever the fuck is on my mind. And what the fuck is on my mind right now, if you believe that, just like Tess, where you should cut people out of your life because they're not interested enough in Gaza or this or that or any fucking thing, you can feel free to go buy your privileged American ass, because we are all extremely privileged in America. Our poor people are extreme. We have fat poor people. That doesn't happen other places. You are considered privileged to be fat, period. Period. But you believe her. And I'm not stating anything about your politics, but if you are cutting people off for not standing up for Gaza, you do something besides be rude to the fucking people that love you and buy yourself a fucking plane ticket and head on over to Gaza or wherever. But by the way, make sure you don't take your rainbow flag over there, because that will last about 3 or 4 fucking minutes before they tear you to goddamn shreds. Don't talk about how, women's rights need to happen over there, because they will fucking murder you in the street. Don't go over to Gaza and start talking about how, America this, America that. You're American. They will give no the fuck care about what the fuck you talk about because you're a woman. They won't. They won't want you in their fucking business. Definitely don't take your little kids over there because they rape little children over there. For real. It's part of their fucking culture almost. And anybody that wants to say different, shut the fuck up. I know people from around that area. The evil people from that area, not everybody, but the evil people from that area are in charge. They run the fucking place. The rules are what they fucking make them. So I'm not saying every fucking person from Gaza is evil. What I am saying is Gaza is an evil fucking place. Just like a lot of other places around the world, including America in some places, like Portland and shit, where they'd rather fucking people die than, anyway, just ridiculous shit, right? But let's keep listening to what this insane woman has to say.
Collecting them like Pokemon. I'm like, who can I block next? And it's
the sun. If you keep eating, the sun is who you're going to block next. For everybody, you're going to cause a fucking ice age. No shit. If you keep eating, you're going to block the fucking sun.
Stinks, but I just think that you have to stand for something, and I think.
She says sitting down, likely needing wheeled off by a fucking forklift.
As you get older or mature, and I feel like you guys.
Sure. She's built like one of the henchmen from The Fifth Element, and she's dressed like a fucking pink sausage casing. And she's calling herself mature. She's wearing like rainbow fucking bright fucking makeup with her hair in fucking pigtails, and she's saying she's mature. This woman cannot walk past the refrigerator without gang tackling that shit and fucking herself in the face with pie. But she's talking about being mature.
You guys are already far more mature than I was at your age. You have to stand for what matters to you.
Look at the fucking size of whatever that fucking is. Good goddamn God. Nobody loves her. Nobody. Nobody loves this woman. Not one human being in this woman's life gives a fuck about her. That is just fucking crazy. Look how much bigger she has gotten. That is insane.
When you see things happening, you have to say something.
I agree with you. Lose fucking weight. You know what I see happening? I see you setting a horrible example for a generation of people who, for some reason, you are trying to connect with. You're a 40-fucking-year-old woman. Why are you trying to connect with teenagers and shit? It's a little fucking creepy, if you ask me. Just putting that out there. Why the fuck are you trying to talk to children, other people's children, about what they should do with their fucking bodies when you're fucking 40? Like, what makes you think, like, I know what I need to do? I can barely fucking walk, and I waddle when I walk, and there's that smell that follows me around. But, and I can't stop eating everything I fucking come across, but I should connect with teenagers and preteens and try to give them my fucking, my ideas of how life should be. Why the fuck? And this is what I'm getting to. The normalization of obesity has made it so this woman is sitting here talking politics. She cannot be trusted to not harm herself in a vicious, horrible fashion every single motherfucking day. And then fucking thinks she should talk shit. Hang on, I gotta address this. Eli's Poe. Bro, aren't you the clown who dogged on Andrew Wilson? No, I'm not at all the clown that dogged on Andrew Wilson. I'm the guy that offered to host a debate for Andrew because I've had his wife on my channel several times. And I've spoken highly about Andrew before because he's a great debater. And he was trying to have there was going to be a debate between him and Owen Benjamin. And when I said I would host it, he blocked me. That's not me clowning who dogged him. That is him dogging himself, looking like a fucking coward. Now toddle the fuck on along and go suck Andrew's dick and tell him that I would gladly debate him about obesity and shit because that fat fuck needs it. But damn, like, why are we listening to this? Like, why are we listening to this person that has hurt themselves? Why are we listening to anybody this size? That is what society needs to realize, is that people this size, we should just literally discard almost 90% of what they fucking say.
In my opinion, and I understand that there's like safety concerns, and I have a lot of privilege as a cis white woman saying those.
If there's ever been a stupider word than cis ever, let me know. But I will tell you this. The privilege you have is being a fat person, because that's privilege. Beyond privilege. You overconsume purposefully. Purposefully, you overconsume. That then causes you to disproportionately burden all of fucking society. That's fucking privilege. Privilege. Let's see here.
Those things, but I can't.
She makes the fat woman talking to her look very, very, very thin, and that woman's obese. Trust on that shit.
Can't stay silent. I never will. I said yesterday, like,
my God, it's just painful looking. Like, literally just painful looking.
The right people will find you. The right opportunities will find you. The right friends will find you.
She's giving life lessons.
The right jobs will find you. And
right jobs will find you. She was fucking crying her eyes out because she couldn't get hired as a model anymore because people realized that nobody wants to see somebody roll down stage.
And it's not worth a check to compromise your integrity.
It's not worth a check to compromise your integrity. This woman, let me show you something. I can't even believe she's going to say that because hang on. So we're saying that this isn't you compromising your integrity. We're saying that you did not let them make a fucking joke about you on stage at New York Fashion Week by slapping together a couple white plastic bags that they had printed sample size on to walk down the runway to make a statement that we like fat people. Are you telling me that you don't sell out for a fucking check? I mean, you just said you would rather keep your integrity. You telling me that you didn't realize? So this is it. You're either a liar, which you are. I've proven it many times. But you're either a liar, and so is your brother. Your brother says you're a liar too. Or you're too stupid to fucking see that they basically made fun of you to your fucking face to get this fucking picture so they can post it everywhere for shock value and to then be like, well, we like fat people. Of course, we had the fattest person we could find to get on stage. We didn't have any clothes for her. She didn't actually model anything. We didn't put her in a designer's dress. We didn't do anything like that. We literally just slapped a fucking statement dress on her for the moment. Like, you didn't get hired to model. This is not you modeling somebody's collection. This is not you modeling somebody's clothes. This is you being hired to make a statement. And if you are too stupid to see that, it explains a lot, to tell you the truth. But if you are smart enough to see that, then you're just a fucking liar because you just said you know your integrity is worth something. I mean, that's fucking crazy to me. This is stunt casting. That's exactly what this is. It is stunt casting. Exactly. So we in society just need to kind of shake this off. We need to get past the whole, fat people are okay. Because here's the thing. Fat people are not okay. Not one fat person is okay being fat. This is why historically we have, in fact, made it so fat people don't feel that good about themselves. Everybody's like, oh, that's so mean. Is it? Is it? Because do you think if Tess would have listened to people that says, lose fucking weight, you cow, instead of like, la, 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 I'm not listening to you, do you think she would be in the position she is now, which is basically looking like a slug? She looks like an extra from the movie Star Wars that is just waiting to get fucking called onto stage so you can hear the beep, beep, beep of the fucking forklift as it takes her there. Like, this woman is probably in the 500-pound range now. Like, it's not good. It's just not good. Like, she has a young child. While I think she's a horrible fucking person, I don't want her dead. I wish she would fucking take shit seriously. She's just not going to at all, right? She talked like it used to be that my health is none of your business. Well, that's fucking incorrect because we have shared societal burden. And then it was like, I'm healthy and 300 pounds. Well, that's just fucking fantasy land. And the problem was we gave these people an idea that was in any way motherfucking true. We've normalized obesity to the point where actual obese people are looked at as thin. Actual obese people are looked at as thin. The woman that was on stage with her, everybody like, oh, she's not obese. She's obese. She's morbidly obese. She's not just obese. She's morbidly obese. Test is just multiple times more morbidly obese. I mean, she is what is technically called super morbidly obese. And people don't like to hear that, but that's just goddamn truth also. So let's get a few more here because I have another. We've gotten to the stage where people just are openly thinking that reality doesn't exist. They're openly kind of mocking reality. And that's kind of crazy to me. Because you can't just ignore facts and data. You can deny them. It doesn't matter. Eventually, and I do mean much quicker than later, eventually you're going to end up very fucked up. Eventually it's going to bite you in the fucking ass, basically. So we're going to download this one and this one. Computer's taking a long time. Just a bunch of fucking crazy people to talk about today. And I'm going to try to do a few positive things too. So we'll start with these couple. Most runway dresses get reworn by someone famous. Not this dress. Nobody's going to rewear it. They didn't make it. Again, it's not in a collection. That's the thing. I agree with everything you're saying. So let's check this out. Boom. Image. Oh, yep. You save that. And then one more time. God, there's just people are so delusional. There's so much delusion. It's very, 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 very sad to see. I can't even get over it. So here. And here. Okay, we got a couple videos to talk about, and then I'm going to get off. Because I got shit to do. And it's a Monday episode of General Hospital. And, you know, they just had Monica's funeral. And it was very sad. But now somebody else has shown up. It's like a mystery. And I wonder what's going on with Sonny. For those of you that watch, best show on fucking TV. Keeps me entertained every fucking week. Every fucking week of the year. Best show on TV. Now, there we go. All right, these are all the downloads. Here we go. We're gonna get some up here.
So confused, man. This RMR test that me and Danny had done this week.
Okay. So this guy, I don't know if this guy's trolling or not. If he's serious, it's very, very, very sad. If he's trolling, he's just trolling.
I am so confused, man. This RMR test that me and Danny had done this week is just crazy to me. I really don't understand it. And it doesn't, obviously, it makes me look even more like an idiot because it's like...
No, it just makes you look like a liar.
Like, oh, if you're burning that many calories a day, why aren't you losing weight? That's a great...
Well, for those of you that didn't see it, and I played it last week, he got an RMR test, which basically tells you how many calories you're burning at rest, right? And with the resting metabolic rate. And you breathe into a tube and it does calculations. And they told him he has a fast metabolism because his metabolism was 4,500 calories a day without moving, right? But as a newsflash, that's just because you weigh like 500 motherfucking pounds. You don't have a fast metabolism. Chances are your metabolism is actually a little slower than what it should be because of the shit you eat to stay this fucking size. Because then this bitch is going to talk about how he eats 2,800 calories and does not lose weight.
Freaking damn question. I wish I knew the answer to it.
I know the answer.
And just such a mixed bag of emotions lately, man, because on paper, everything in my life is going better than it ever has. But at the same time,
that is fucking tragic. Really fucking tragic.
I've been putting in so much work this last couple months, and
not really.
And the scale just hasn't been moving like I thought it would. And
if it hasn't been moving like you thought it would, if it hasn't been moving like you thought it would, that means your thoughts were either completely unrealistic or you're lying.
I know the scale shouldn't matter that much, but that is the number.
At your size, the scale should matter a fuck ton. And I mean a fuck ton. Like, the scale should matter as much of a fuck ton as you weigh. Because you weigh a fuck ton of weight. The scale at your size is not only that, it's not only should matter, but the scale at your size, frankly, should be the only fucking thing that matters. At that size, 500 fucking pounds, bro. At 500 pounds, you could literally eat 3,000 calories a day, which, by the way, the only way you're getting that amount of food in is if you eat ultra-processed food. You're eating 3,000 calories a goddamn day, which means you're burning 14,000 calories extra a fucking week sitting on your motherfucking ass, basically. If you get up and walk around, you're burning 5,000, 5,500 calories a day. So you're burning anywhere from 14,000 to 17,500 calories. You should be losing 4 to 5 pounds every fucking week, period. At least. And that's with you sitting on your ass mostly. If you're eating 2,800 calories, you should be losing 5 to 7 pounds a week, every fucking week at that size. And that's not me just like talking. That's fucking math and shit. But also, there is a possibility that it may look like you're not losing weight and you lost 5 or 6 pounds in 2 weeks, or it looks like you gained 10 pounds in a week, but you actually lost 5 or 6 pounds in that week. But that means you've retained 17 pounds of extra fluid, and you should fucking call the nearest goddamn crane operator and have them take you to the hospital, because very realistically, you are retaining a shit ton of fucking fluid. And as a male at your size, I would absolutely be worried about bilateral edema of the lower limbs, and I would be very, very fucking terrified if I was you of congestive heart failure, fluid building up in your chest cavity to the point where it chokes your heart out. I would be extremely worried about that. If you gain 10 pounds of weight in a week, eating 2,800 calories at your fucking size, and you just did a little bit of fucking walking around, like, and I'm not talking like going for walks, I'm talking like not laying down in bed every day, and you gain 10 pounds, you should be very fucking terrified, because very realistically, you could be getting very serious problems going on inside you, and you should get checked the fuck out. Or you're just lying and eating like a fucking beast.
That is literally the number that people use to determine where people are at on their weight loss journeys. So
it is at your size, it's the only number that should matter. You should always be a little concerned about the scale until you get to a waist to height ratio of 0.5 or less. Okay? Once you get to a waist height ratio of 0.5 or less, then maybe ease off of it. If you're getting coached by by me, we'll probably have you lay off that once it gets to like 0.6, because then you don't need to weigh in as much. Then we can use that, because you're getting much, much closer to being at a healthy weight by waist to height ratio. And waist to height ratio is vastly more important than BMI or even the weight on the scale, if you ask me. Although there are exceptions. You could have a very, very small waist and carry a lot of weight in your lower body, in which case it's still bad on your load-bearing joints. Just physics and shit. Sorry if I'm babbling on. But you should absolutely make sure that you're, taking good care of yourself, and you're like thinking about like, well, why the fuck am I possibly retaining this much fluid? Maybe I might die if I don't fucking, if I don't ask why I held, 17 pounds to 18 pounds of fluid in a fucking, month. Because I would be horribly, or in a week, no shit, it's a fucking week. I keep saying month. It's actually a fucking week. Dude, because he claimed he gained 10 pounds and he's taking credit for it. He shouldn't have ate 2,800 calories. Bro. And for you, young man, by the way, and for everybody out there, is our 6-month holiday deal for getting through the holidays and losing weight while not binging and while not doing all that stuff. So here it is. Please take us up on that offer. We have limited spots available. We're about to change up a lot of shit very, 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 very soon. Very excited. Can't wait to tell you. But I can honestly tell you this, bro. Hey, here we go. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. Appreciate it. But let's keep going here. Oops.
things considered. And I appreciate you guys just sitting here listening to me rambling, because I
hate when people like this, that you're monetizing this weight loss. And then he's going to realize that every time he says, well, I didn't lose weight this week, he is going to absolutely get more attention and make more money. And then now he's monetizing a negative behavior. If you like that, now just wait. Just wait.
I am in such a weird place right now. And yeah,
you're lying.
Yeah, I'll admit it. The daily weigh-ins probably weren't the best idea. I think
No, you shouldn't weigh in daily. That's fucked up. That's stupid. Especially for people with problems with food, you're just bound to fuck yourself. Men, once a week until you fucking start losing at a good clip, and then once every 2 weeks, if you still are losing at a good clip, once a month. Women, once every 2 weeks, no sooner. And it should always fall in the valley between your menstruation and your ovulation, and then right after ovulation, that valley too. So it's like every 2 weeks in between in those valleys.
whole point of showing what the scale can do on a day-to-day basis is still there. So I'm just going to keep doing them. Thankfully, I am having a pretty comprehensive blood panel done this week. Getting that blood work done and figuring out how we're going to raise my testosterone level in a safe way is really going to help me a lot. And until then,
I agree with that to a great degree. They should put him on very low dose though, because he doesn't want to have he doesn't want to have a higher than normal like testosterone level. His testosterone level is probably fucking crap. It's probably somewhere in the fucking like 150s or 200s. But he should absolutely be put into like the 600 or 700 range in my opinion. And then once he is out of immediate cardiac danger, which he's in immediate cardiac danger. Once he's put out of immediate cardiac danger, then maybe bump it up even a little bit more.
And I'm just going to keep moving, and I'm going to try to get way more steps in than I have been since the back injury. But I am putting
Notice how he's not talking about the food.
my all into this thing, regardless of how many people think or say otherwise. I hope y'all have.
Notice how he did not talk about the food. Does everybody know why that is? Because it's the food. It's always the food. And fat people lie. Fat people lie to themselves. He's lying to himself
Have
right
a blessed Sunday. I'm going.
Have a blessed Sunday as I grift on this. All right, let's go. Another one. Let's see if this. Oh, I think I might know what happened. Yeah. Oh no, I still didn't do it.
It's still dark outside.
Oh yeah, here we go. It's 6:50 and it's dark outside. I wanted to talk to this lady.
It's 6:50. It's still dark outside. Technically,
I can barely hear her too, just in case you guys are wondering. So read the fucking title thing.
it's weigh-in day. And you guys are not excited. I told you I would share even the ugly parts of this journey, and this is a very ugly part. I shared with you guys that I got off the GLP-1 for a lot of different reasons.
So she's just gotten off her GLP, which I'm telling you, unless you plan on staying on that shit, don't get on it.
The headaches. And it's been a mentally exhausted week, reflected on physical. You know, when you don't sleep, all other stuff is out of whack. And luckily my husband has been so understanding and helpful to me and relieving a lot of the home life stuff when he gets home from work, and does it with a smile on his face, honestly. But keep in mind, this is very hard for me.
See, here's my thing. You should not be sharing this, ma'am. Right? Like, she obviously wants to lose weight, right? I hope for the right reasons. I really do. Because I hope it's just not to look better. Because you're going to be and I say this with all of the care I can, because I don't want people to take this as a negative, but you should not build super high expectations of being snatched, right? That's just not good, because you're probably in your 30s or 40s, like late 30s or 40s, and it's not going to snap back. And even at your size, it just was not going to snap back anyway. So I hope that's not your reason why. I hope your reason why is that you want to live a long, happy, healthy life with your husband and family. I do hope that, because I happen to be rather lucky. I lost 100 and some pounds. I think probably about 100. Like, I don't even know how fat I was at the fucking end, so we estimate. But we know I lost about 15 to 20 pounds at least before I weighed myself the first time. So I lost probably about 120 pounds. And I happen to be very lucky, and my skin is even, getting tighter now as we get age, because I ate very, very well. I consume probably less than 5% of my total weekly calories as ultra processed food, that sort of thing, right? But it was at that point, like when I started losing weight, it was not about looking good. It really wasn't. I've always considered. I mean, I have a face that grew up in the 80s and 90s. We used to fight every fucking weekend. What we did. And I've been hit with baseball bats and all sorts of shit. And I'm not trying to fucking be on GQ. I just want my wife to think I'm sexy, and she likes the rugged look, which is good for me because that's the only fucking look I got. But she also wanted me to live a long time so I could spend my time with her. And that's why I lost weight. I just happened to be extra lucky that, I'm happy with how I look too. And I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not like I'm an Adonis. I'm happy that I didn't get what would probably happen for her, because she's shorter and she's bigger than I was around, and the skin's going to sag. I mean, as it is, I do this all the time, but I've got tons of extra skin on my face. I'm just lucky because my skin has good elasticity, But I hope, ma'am, that you are losing weight for the right reasons, and that is to be healthy, right? So as my piece of advice to you, maybe you shouldn't share this journey. If you're about to step on the scale and cry, you shouldn't be stepping on the scale on camera at the very least. That is very unhealthy. Very, very, very unhealthy for you. So I encourage all these fat people, like these people get so pissed when I come into their chat rooms and I'm like, hey, maybe you shouldn't be gluttoning yourself like that. Because that's what it is. And I'm blunt. And I'm not going to do what the societal thing is to lie to your fucking asses. That's just not in my nature, right? Like, I'm going to call it what it is. You know, if you're fat, you did it. You should fix it. It's your responsibility. We'll help you. We've written books about it. I'm a best-selling author when it comes to weight loss. I've lost 120 pounds and kept it off myself. My wife has figured out what we call the hunger management method, and that helped me write the book Hunger Free and Happy, which we are about to do massively impressive, huge, awesome shit with to try to help as many people as humanly fucking possible with. But trust on this. I'm going to tell you the truth because it appears nobody else is. You should not be sharing this. This is not something that you want to put out into the world. It is absolutely not. Because while many of you think that I'm mean because I will say the true shit and I will even crack jokes at your expense, which, by the way, watch any of my videos. I joke about me all the fucking time too. I joke about my ADHD. I joke about baldness. I joke about being crazy. I joke about all this shit. I joke about the shit I fucking do on a daily basis because I am able to poke fun at myself. If I can poke fun at myself, I'm allowed to poke fun at any fucking body else. You in society who have, do the daily recitation of I'm perfect the way I am and I love how I look and I have a perfect body, blah, blah, blah. The reason why you get upset when jokes are made about you is because it bursts your bubble of non-reality. Because you know it's true. Like you calling me ugly, I'm like, tracks. Like, oh, you're bald. No shit. I sell bald acceptance t-shirts, motherfuckers. That's how accepting I am of myself. But just to grasp this, man. I mean this in the nicest way that I can possibly say. Get the fuck off the internet.
I'm exhausted now. And if you feel like this, you're not alone. So let's wait.
You shouldn't be doing this online. I grew up in an era when nobody wanted to show their weaknesses, and now everybody leads with that shit.
This is really hard.
And here's the only thing that bothers me about all this shit. What is with the cut clips? The cut clips make it seem like you're trying to portray yourself a certain way. And that's how people get on my bad side. I hope that's just because something happened in there that you were very upset about and wanted to cut out, but it seemed a little odd.
For me to do instead of just keep it to myself. $3.79.
Well, here's the thing. That should make you cry. That should make you cry greatly. I don't know if you are, though, anymore. And I hate saying that. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Because you seem like a nice lady. But one way or the other, you definitely, and I mean definitely, should not be putting this online at all. Because there are people that are actually mean. I will make jokes at your expense and try to be funny and get you there faster. You have not run into anybody that's really mean yet. So just keep that in mind.
We are not what we're not gonna do.
What are we not going to do?
What we're not going to do. What I would have done a month and a half ago was say, middle finger, I'm obviously not strong enough, I'm giving up. But I'm still going out and I'm gonna go.
Give me a sec.
I'm gonna move my little butt. I'm going to fuel my body today with what it needs. This is where it counts. This is where it counts.
So I'm going to say this to you as politely as possible, man. The only thing your body needs is a ribeye steak today, and that's all you should eat. Ribeye steak and a lot of water. That's literally all your body needs right now. Okay. I must say that this started to seem a little disingenuous towards the end, because when you're doing a what we're not going to do, like you're involving the audience like that. I find that massively disingenuous. And for those of you that are watching in the audience, I don't ever say we are doing shit. You know why? None of you are fucking doing it with me. I'm doing something different than you motherfuckers. I'm talking and fucking putting myself out there, and you motherfuckers are watching me. Why? Sometimes I don't know. Because half the time I don't know what the fuck I'm going to say, and it could be completely fucking crazy. But we are not doing shit together. We are not experiencing this same experience. We are not doing the same fucking things. You know? None of you worry about the fucking death threats I get on a daily basis, and none of you, and I don't worry about any of the shit that goes on in your lives on a daily basis. You know, like it's just not, we are not doing shit together. So that bothers me a little bit. And the amount of jump cuts with you kind of whimpering makes me a little skeptical of you, because everybody seems to want to monetize their weight loss and their weakness. And that is what I wish people would get to. If you monetize your weakness, nobody should ever take you fucking seriously about any goddamn thing else again. If you're like, you know, if you monetize, here's my plight, you know, I'm oppressed. If you monetize that shit, you're just fucking weak. Because we live in a society, and if you don't believe me, this is another thing I like to tell people. If you don't think that there's more opportunity in America than just about any place else in the fucking world, you're stupid, right? The same people in our society right now, and this is, hang on a second. Here's one of the things that my ADHD does. My ADHD lets me see like kind of the whole picture of shit at all times, unfortunately, sometimes, which can be exhausting. It's one of the reasons why I like finding shit that gets my hyper focus, because I get a break from all that shit, right? But we live in a time where people who talk about how shitty fucking America is are also talking about the right that other people should have to flee their piece of shit country to come here by the millions illegally. Like, everybody hates America, but somehow the fucking people that come here illegally are also, you're protecting their right to fucking stay here and be supported by us. Please understand how stupid you sound. Please understand how stupid you sound. Because, goddamn. So we're gonna finish listening to this lady, and then we're gonna move on to some other shit that I want to talk about, just because I want to talk about shit. It's been a little while, so we're gonna talk shit.
Showing up when it sucks.
You're not showing up. If you gained weight, you're not. You're not showing up if you gained weight. You're showing up to make the money on the video, but you're not showing up to gain weight.
You can do this.
And you're not showing up to work.
Take a deep breath. I'll see you next weigh-in, and it'll be a much happier one.
You don't need to hope about it. You can make that shit happen. One more time. Anybody. Here's my coaching. Sign up for it. 6 months. It's $249.99 for 6 months. Crazy. It's every week conversation with me or Crystal. Daily communication. You get to join the challenges, all that shit. And this price is probably the lowest price will ever be again, because guess what? We got some big shit coming about to happen for the coaching, for the app, for society. So please, 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 please.
Okay, real quick. I recorded that weigh-in this morning, and I had eaten pretty close to bed, which, you know, I try not to do. And so I had a feeling like it was affecting my weigh-in. I went to the restroom, all that. And I am 377. So that is better than what I was weighing at in front of.
You have semantics about 2 pounds when you weigh over 375 fucking pounds. You're not thinking about shit straight. Like, you're way focused. Like, very frankly, it's stepping on the scale. I do not own a scale. I don't. There's not one in this fucking, there's not one on this homestead anywhere. I mean, we have like a food scale that I don't really use either, because I've taught myself how to not use that. We teach people how to get off using the food scales and stuff like that too in our coaching, right? But lady, if you just follow your healthy habits, the weight will take care of itself. The problem is, you're upset at that number because you know you did it, right? And at the beginning of the video, she found a bunch of excuses, like she's had a tough week and everything like that. You know what's going to make your week tougher? Gaining weight, as we saw. You know what's going to make your week tougher? Not hitting your goals to save your own fucking life, just like we saw, because deep down that's what you know. And you were either crying about it for effect, or you were crying about it because you know it's true. Your fixation on the scale at 370 some pounds is absolutely fucking foolish, right? The scale, if you weigh that much, the scale should go down every week, no matter what, unless you're eating too much fucking food. If you weigh that much, if you ate what a normal woman your height would weigh, which is probably about 140 fucking pounds. So if you ate 1,400 to 1,600 calories a day at your fucking weight, you are going to lose about 4 pounds a week. 4 pounds a week. And if you're hungry on it, we try to focus on satiation and satisfaction. I am personally never physically hungry. I know I get the jitters more before I know I'm hungry. Shit, last night I was working on this project so long that Chris had to come in the room and be like, hey, do you want to eat? And it was like fucking 8 o'clock at night almost, or 7 o'clock at night almost. And for me, that means I hadn't eaten all motherfucking day. And I didn't even think about it. I just made sure I got my water and didn't even think about it. And I'm not even on Nomo and Alchemy right now because I wanted to make sure I could do this for an extended period of time without it. Don't be wrong, they're amazing products and I fucking fully support them. No Morbidity and Alchemy are two amazing products that I helped get to Ambrosia Collective that literally blunt the biological mechanism of creating grill in your stomach. That's what No Morbidity does. Plus it helps calm your nerves down, does a bunch of other things. And Alchemy literally just steals your sugar cravings away. It takes that little food demon off your fucking shoulder. But I'm off them right now because I want to make sure that, well, frankly, I can do it without. And I'm doing a fucking pretty good job. So I'm pretty happy about that. I haven't had any problems. Like I said, still plenty of days in between binges. 1,700 and I believe 16 actually, now I think about it. But you don't need to step on the scale every fucking week, especially as a woman. At that size, you should just be able to kind of lose fucking weight. Like, you know, you weighed 379 pounds this morning, no matter what the fuck it was. And just because you took a huge fucking shit, that doesn't mean shit. You still weigh 377 motherfucking pounds. That's wild. That is humongous. Humongous. You should just really focus on your daily habits, getting enough hydration, getting enough sleep, getting enough stress relief. And this obviously is not helping you. This is clearly stressing you out, which I'm going to say to every morbidly obese person, don't share your fucking weight loss journey online because it is very likely going to stress you the fuck out. And nothing is worse for your mental health and physical health when you're morbidly obese than stress. Your heart rate is already elevated. If you spike your cortisol levels, you're going to even have more trouble. So if you are doing it, by the way, and you refuse to listen to me because, you know, common sense and shit, you should take No Morbidity because it's got KSM 66, which is the patented form of ashwagandha in it to help calm your fucking cortisol levels down. So one more, and then I got to get rolling because, again, at any given time, we could have fucking. We already talked about this one.
Ability for the scale.
We already did that one. Let me see here. Why did that last one not? No, the code's not available. That's why. Sometimes it doesn't fucking download the shit. Let's see if it'll download this one. Or I could do it like this, can't I? Yeah, I could do it like that. Why the fuck wouldn't I? There we go. There it is. Okay. Okay. Let's listen to her.
I feel like some people get confused with binge eating disorder because it looks like I'm eating all this delicious food. So
You are eating all this delicious food. This young lady says she is in binge eating recovery. She's been gaining weight for, several years now. Binge eating recovery?
obviously I want to be eating it, right? Wrong. I don't enjoy binging to the point that I feel so sick and can't even breathe. This is an eating
Yes, you do.
disorder, even if it manifests differently than other eating disorders. Part of
That I completely agree with.
the reason I show this is so that I can look back and others can look back and see how bad I was struggling.
I definitely feel a certain obligation to lose weight as fast as possible, especially considering all the hate I
That is a big woman.
get for being too fat.
No, you don't get hate for being too fat, hon. You get hate because you make it seem like you're trying when you're not. I mean, you make it seem like you're trying and you're some, very, 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 uplifting person. You glutton yourself every fucking day and try to pretend you don't. And then you go whine to people when you think other people are being mean to you and you try to manipulate your audience like this. You are not helping any fucking body. You are telling people that it's okay to stay this size if you're recovering from binge eating. I'm going to say this as clearly as I possibly can, as somebody that is 1,716 days binge free, who was at least once a day binger, and I would just eat so much food it was insane. However, I must tell you this: if you are still morbidly obese after a year and you are not losing weight or losing weight at an extremely, extremely, extremely slow pace, it's very likely you are not recovering from binge eating disorder. It's very likely that your binge eating disorder has manifested into just eating too much fucking food all day long. To truly recover from binge eating disorder, you must lose the weight. You must. Because very frankly, if you are eating enough calories throughout the course of the day, but what normally happens, people come to me with binge eating disorder for our coaching. The very basic is we just try to control the binges. You don't need to eat super fucking clean or anything like that. I highly suggest you do, because ultra processed foods are literally fucking poison. I highly suggest you eat as clean, by clean as I mean whole food, non-ultra processed food as humanly possible. I highly, highly, highly suggest it. What I can also tell you is that when you come to us for coaching, we don't try to all of a sudden give you 1,400 calories and fucking send you on your way, What we do is we take your lifestyle, and if you are a binge eater, we try to find all the ways to minimize or eliminate the triggers of your binge eating disorder. Because for most people with binge eating disorder, if you control the binge, they lose the weight they need to lose. I'll say that again. If you control the binge, they lose the weight they need to lose. Very, very, very normally. We have had many people that I would say don't have very active lives and don't necessarily eat the cleanest, but they haven't binged in 3 years and they've lost about 130 pounds. Because while they still occasionally go get, a burger at a restaurant, or they occasionally go get, an ice cream sundae from Dairy Queen, they don't, go through the drive-thru and binge 4 McDoubles, a Big Mac, and a quarter pound with cheese on a daily basis, and then go home and eat dinner. We stop them from doing that, and we save that 4 to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 calories in some case binge a day or a week. And the weight just kind of falls off because that's the extra calories. Most binge eaters do what that woman said. They eat to the point where they are, almost vomiting. I was there very much that way. Very, very, very much that way. And that means that you have ingested more calories than you are even used to. And if you do that twice a week, that's very likely the 3,000 calories, it's going to put that extra pound on you that week. And then 52 weeks later, you weigh 50 pounds more than what you did when you first started binging. And then you keep doing that. Keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. And then it goes to twice a week. Oh, now you gain another 50 fucking pounds. Now you're 100 pounds heavier than when you started. So that's why we focus on controlling the binge at my coaching, because that is the best way. And this is going to get demonetized and likely even taken down because you're not allowed to talk about binge eating disorder on YouTube. You're allowed to actually show the act of binge eating and stuff your face with thousands of calories of McDonald's because they can put premium ads on that shit. But if you try to help people, YouTube gives you the middle fucking finger. That's all I got to say about that shit. I'll answer a few questions for Q&A, and then I'm getting the fuck out of here because I got to see what Sonny's doing on General Hospital. I'll get to these right here. Jeremy. I just wanted to help raise your heart rate, who burn a few more calories by mentioning Tyrone the Fitness Addict. I hope Tyrone is okay. I really do. I do hope that they have they found a helmet that will fit him so he can stop knocking himself in the head on the wall. And I really, really, really hope that his mom is still trying to keep him off the furniture to make those fucking protein shakes. Weird ass motherfucker. Thank you very much. Daniel Mann. Yeah, I lost 250 pounds so far. Great fucking job, Daniel Mann. Great. Everybody congratulate this motherfucker. That's a fucking hero right there. That's a fucking hero right there. But it's better than having the fat crush the organs. Yes. Yeah, loose skin all around. 250 pounds, dude. It's going to happen. I mean, I'm glad you accepted it. You're a fucking hero. Great goddamn job. Just finished figure skating practice on late. But hello, Alan and everyone. How are you doing, Talar? Thank you very much. So, all right, let's get to questions. You lost some more pounds. Good for you, Norma. Good for you. So one more time, folks, here's how you get my coaching. Oops. Here's how you get my coaching. Please do check it out. My name is Alan Roberts. I hope to talk to all of you very soon. I will be back tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be midday or 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., but I am just going to start coming on here and say whatever. Oh, you know what? No, here's what I want. One more thing. Just to piss people off. We're going to do one more thing, right? Because why not? That's what I do. Let's go to this. Pull it up. Oh, this is awesome. My sister lost 150 pounds. Her binge eating never really stopped. A lot of up and down, just never got that big again. Now she's microdosing on GLP-1, and it's stopped. Good for her. I suggest she try to find another way to fucking fix that shit. Taking that shit long term just cannot be good for you. I mean, give fuck what anybody says. So hang on a second. Let me. Oh. All right. So I have had a massive amount of people, and I mean a massive amount of people, basically call me a racist lately. And I mean, I used to get called a racist because, well, frankly, I said that people were fat. And for some reason, that used to be grounds to call somebody a racist, right? But I did want to also point out that another reason why people are calling me a racist lately is pretty much because I have said multiple times that this shit that's going on in our country where people are getting shot in front of their wife and family for words that come out of their mouth is fucking vile. And people then say, like, well, you're supporting a racist and everything like that because they say Charlie Kirk was a racist, a homophobe, all that shit. I just want to point a few things out to you, okay?
Be the best version of yourself. If you allow other people to convince you that you can't be better because of your skin color, because of your sexual identity, because of the community you came from, you must resist those narratives at all costs if you truly want to be successful in America.
It kind of pains me that we're here in society. And I know this is not what most of you guys sign up for, but this is also the other shit I do, right? I try to have very serious conversations about very serious life things. And I view America as having very serious trouble in the very serious near future. Because for some reason, we have now justified violence against each other for words. We had first started calling, we first started calling words violence. And then we started having violence for words. Remember that? When, I would say, well, you're fat. And they'd be like, oh, your words are violence. I'm like, you've never experienced real violence, because I have. Just putting it out there. And now it's shifted from your words are violence to we will be violent with you for your words. Because I really only see one side doing this. Don't get me wrong, there's crazies on both sides. Far right, you guys are fucking nutbags too, very frankly. Because you're all for, silencing people also too. I want freedom of speech. I should be able to say anything the fuck I want any way I fucking want, right? But we reached a very dangerous spot where people live in multiple different realities. I saw a very interesting thing because I get called a fascist a lot too. I have no idea how I would be considered a fucking fascist. I literally believe that the government should be almost fucking non-existent. And I've said it many, many, many times. I have literally said that I would if I ever got elected, I would make it so that my bank records would be public fucking access. Weekly. No shit. I said that I would wear a fucking, I would wear a camera at all times on live streaming. That way, everything I said, except for when I was at home with my wife, you don't hear that shit. But, and I would also have surveillance on the outside of my house, so people could tell if anybody rolled up to my house. I would have no off-book meetings. I would have nothing like that. I would keep myself completely transparent if I ever got elected to Congress, which is never, ever, ever going to happen. Don't get me wrong. I don't have self-delusions to think that I'm going to be some fucking political force. But what I can say is calling me a fascist is wild, seeing as how one of my best friends ever is fucking Jewish. Wild. I get called a Nazi all the time. That's wild. I get called a fascist, even though I believe that the government should literally have 3 jobs: protecting the borders, common defense, and protecting our rights from the states. We shouldn't have the CDC, NIH, FDA, USDA, TSA. We don't need the Department of Defense. Oh, no, excuse me. We don't need the Department of Justice. The Department of Defense should be the only one thing we have. We should not have healthcare through the government at all. The government definitely shouldn't decide what healthcare treatments we should have. That's completely ridiculous, especially because there's only one healthcare model, and that's allopathic, meaning it's surgical and it's pharmaceutical. I don't take any pharma besides my TRT. And before TRT this past December, I didn't take any pharma for a long time, decades. Because you don't need it. You need good food, exercise, plenty of hydration, good sleep, good stress relief, and strong familial ties. That's all you need. You'll be healthy. Move yourself every day, eat whole foods, you'll be healthy. We don't need the government to tell us how to fucking be healthy. History has told us how to be healthy and what to eat. We don't need the government to tell us to eat 11 servings of grains and rice, because 11 servings of grains and rice is literally diabetes fuel. We need nature to tell us that eating that much grains is going to fucking kill you. But we're also at the stage where a bunch of people, most of whom have never actually experienced or committed any type of real violence in their fucking lives, are applauding the murder of a man that said those words that I just played for you, saying he's a racist and a transphobe. Are you kidding me? I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been called a transphobe and a homophobe a million times, even though the guest host for one of the shows that we do sometimes, Evening Rants, Michael Robinson, is gay. Gay married to another man gay. Gay, like, Michael, you post a lot of fucking crazy shit in your underwear, dude, at the gym. Just anyway. Some of your straight friends don't want to see that shit. But, by the way, fucking looking like a fucking tank built. Anywho. And I've had Blair on the show. I talk to Bucky on a fairly fucking regular basis. Bucky is, Bucky Angel is, just so you know, he is a trans man. He's a biological woman, and Blair is a biological man who looks like a woman. I don't have anything against that shit. I never will. I don't have anything against people being gay. I don't have anything. I grew up in a generation that literally fucking, like, all that shit was solved. All that shit was solved. All of it. Some people are never going to like you, but most people didn't give a fuck. Shit. Like, look at all the openly gay musicians. How do you think they got popular, motherfuckers? Crazy, right? Anyway. Their ego is a beast. I can hear you breathing. Anywho. Any last questions? The fact that these people think they're on the side of justice, but applauding someone's being murdered is absolutely wild. Agree or disagree with them? Yep, exactly. I completely fucking get it too. No shit. I was kind of shocked at how many ghouls I had to drop kick from my friends list when he got murdered. It's wild. It's wild. It really was. Anyway, folks, shit. General Hospital's on in 45 minutes. I'll talk to you motherfuckers later. My name's Alan Roberts. I'll be back tomorrow. Goddamn.